Husband was quite upset last night, this morning at me. Woke me up again at 2:45 a.m. to talk. We were out on the porch talking until it was time to go to work. Thank God for my ADHD meds, or else I likely would not be making it through this day. Granted, I can't fucking focus on anything I'm supposed to, but at least I'm here. Basically, husband says I'm a distant, self-centered brat who lies and obviously sleeping with someone else, since I have no sexual interest in him. Newsflash, I don't want sex from anyone. I'm too exhausted and stressed out most days for sex. My anxiety is on high alert as well, since my routines got all fucked up with a promotion and a very stressful first 10 weeks on the job. Anyways, I was told each one of those things need to change immediately, and if I ever lie to him again, he will walk out and I will never see him again. He asked me last night if that is what I wanted, for him to walk out never to be seen again. I was halfway tempted to say yes, but I know the evening would have turned into another, likely worse argument. What sparked all of this is he was mad at me because of some items from my past that were in a locked cabinet of a dresser, which came from my parents' house. He had asked me about the contents of said cabinet yesterday morning on the way to work. There were a few items in there. Beanie Babies from when I was a kid, my keepsakes from senior prom, pictures, corsage, the little gift, a few items from my senior year of high school, and a handmade box with letters from a friend who fell in love with me while he was deployed in the army about 10 to 13 years ago. I had mentioned the stuff from high school but did not mention the handmade box and letters. I knew it was there but did not feel like speaking about those items at the time, so I told husband that it was mostly keepsake items from high school or college. Not to clarify in the box of letters, I had wanted to burn the letters years ago after I realized said friend had fallen in love with me. But I did not reciprocate the feelings. I listened to a close friend of mine at the time and did not burn them, but merely locked them in the cabinet. Little did I know the key would break. My husband would feel the need to break into the lock after many months or years of us talking about the cabinet being locked. Apparently, the contents of the cabinet disappointed him. Husband was mad because I did not speak about a box of letters. Said I lied via omission, and that it would have been easier for me to straight up say I didn't want to talk about it. Which I didn't, but then he made me go through the whole fucking story anyways. We ended up the morning fairly civil, and I'm doing up my best to not pity party around today. I still don't understand what it is that he wants from me. He is pissed off, and understandably so. I cope with stress by just sitting, being quiet, and enjoying the people I'm around. I rarely talk about my feelings because it doesn't help anything. Husband just ends up pissed off that he has to do chores or gets jealous of whatever, or thinks I'm not attracted to him. Granted, he says his feelings are for him to deal with, but I don't like being yelled at in the process. He says I'm holding a second life because I'm on Reddit and don't share anything that I'm looking at with him. Also because I had a lunch with an old friend almost 2 years ago and gave some MTG cards to an old friend at the beginning of this year. See post history for that stuff. In the end, I really do feel like everything is my fault, and if I decide to leave or tell him to just go if he's so unhappy, then again, I'm the one giving up on this marriage, and it would apparently make his assumptions that I'm sleeping with someone else true. He told me last night that he does not trust me within our relationship, based on me being out dancing a month or two into our relationship and danced with some guy at the bar when he was home, as well as the 2 incidences in my post history. He told me he doesn't trust me with half of the household things. I'm pretty sure he does not trust me with our children either, and again brought up the fact that the boys prefer me to him. It's the same things over and over again. In the end, no matter what I do, don't do, am or am not, I'm not good enough. It's like he wants me to be his sugar mama. work full-time, do all the housework, do all the cooking, cleaning, shopping, child rearing, and then be some fucking sex goddess at the end of it all. Blowjobs and riding him every night. All while communicating about everything I'm feeling and not feeling resentment for doing everything. Maybe I'm exaggerating. I don't know though. I told him I'm stressed out and I've been stressed out for the past 5 years. He doesn't believe me. I just recently was diagnosed ADHD last year. So figuring out how to take care of a house, raising 2 infants into toddlers, laundry, cleaning, yard work, and an hour commute has been stressing me out forever. I'm pretty sure he thinks I'm full of shit, that everything I'm saying is excuses, which it might be, but I don't know how else to talk about how I feel. I asked for help the last time. He was pissed off whenever he was doing chores. Then I fell behind on my tasks due to the new work stress. And surprise, surprise, he and the kids stopped helping around the house. I don't know how to change. I don't know how he wants me to change. How do I tear down emotional walls which have been built over the last 30 years? I guess being medicated isn't going to fix me, and I'm just going to be a fuck up for the rest of my life. I will never be good enough. EDA, I want to thank everyone for their responses. I thought it would get better once he was getting medicated for his ADHD. So hopefully his stress, anxiety, and depression would alleviate. But I don't think they have. If anything, it's made it more clear that he really is an a-hole, and nothing is going to change that. He also brought up my mother in the argument yesterday for some reason, and essentially called her a bitch. I have no idea where that came from. I have more hard decisions to make now. I just spent the last of the yearly payout and used it to pay off debt I had in the house. I have no money despite being the better paid of the 2 of us. And I'm in a shit ton of debt. I really was thinking about a lawyer 3 months ago, and now I'm starting to think it wouldn't be a bad idea to at least speak to one, though I have a feeling he would somehow read it on me. And then, that's that.